Hey everyone, it's Chrissy from Everyday Survival Gear, and today we are testing the Cree XHP 50.3 HI in a 3-volt variant. So we got it here. It is in a Convoy C8. Technically it's a M21A. It's using a 20mm driver and a 21700 for that extra sweet current. So I'll just run over a few of the specs. There's not much to say. It is running on a 21700, so hopefully it does perform a bit better. It just got a standard Convoy 5 amp driver, but the 5 amps has been changed because I've done a sense resistor mod. So it is pulling over 5 amps, and that is what the LED looks like there. So it pretty much looks like all the other XHP 50s, as you can see. It is of course cold white. I didn't do a test on that because it is only available in cold white, so you're only going to get like what, 70 CRI. Pretty standard stuff for Cree. As per with all my test videos, I'll overlay some video here. It done 12.3 amps at the tail cap. If we calculate that by 4 volts, because it is basically running on direct drive at that point, it's pulling a whopping 49.2 watts. That is a lot of power. And if you want to correct me and say I'm wrong, well, 12.3 amps at 3 volts is still 36.9 watts. So it's pulling quite a lot of power. But it does actually perform pretty well for the amount of power that it's pulling. So the 3-volt variant of the Cree XHP 50.3 HI got a max lumens of 3,535. After 30 seconds, it only dropped down to 3,502. And after 1 minute, it was still at 3,452 lumens. That is amazing. Like, I know this is a little bit bigger light, but that is freaking crazy. That just kept out, like, that would have been over like 11 amps for that whole time. That's insane. Let me just say that. So it's quite a beast. Maybe if you put it in like the C8 that only ran on the 18650s, it might perform a little bit worse. So just keep that in mind. But for the 21700 variant, that is amazing. That's a lot of light. And I've done my usual 3 lux test. So my first one, I got 122,500 CD. I'll overlay one of the videos here. I won't overlay all 3 of them. It'll also take too much time. The second test, I got 130,500 CD. And the fourth one, I got 112,250. Probably by then the battery was getting a bit worn. But if we average those out, so I'll just take the average, it's 121,750 CD. So if we compare that to the first time when I tested this LED in the 6-volt variant using a boost driver, that only got like 2,650 lumens and I think 90,000 CD. So this is quite a big step up. So now we've got the good stuff coming up. We'll take it down the park and I'll set up some cones and we'll see how it performs against a few other lights. I reckon it's going to be friggin' good. We'll have to wait and see. Alright guys, now we're down the park with the Convoy C8. This is the one with the 3-volt XHP 50 HI in it. So yeah, I got the cone set up there. We'll just cycle up a mode. I've got the modified Convoy driver in here, so you know it is pulling big amps, over 12 amps and 3,535 lumens peak. So yeah, I'll write that down, and it gets an average of 121,750 lumens. So this isn't the highest mode yet, but the modes are a little bit muddled up once you modify the Convoy driver, the 3-volt one. So it's not going to go too much brighter, but yeah, that last cone there, 150 meters. Well, just about. I had to stop a little bit early because there was this big ass spider web from that tree on the left to that tree on the right. That's how big it is. It's a big boy. I should just charge through with that on my head. Should be able to cycle up. That's pretty much the highest mode there. This light does sustain this output for quite a while. You can see it's already been like almost a minute that it's been this output and it still hasn't really dropped. Still looks the same. So we'll go to the back wall here at 400 meters and we'll see if it can reach. I can kind of see it hitting the white walkway there, but you can't see it too much if you compare it to a throw-your light. Yeah, so we'll come back here. Quite a lot of light, but and quite throwy. Alright guys, so this is the 3-volt XHP 50.3 here. To the left, and then to the right is the, let me just cycle modes on that one. No, went too far. And to the right here is the 6-volt variant of the XHP 50.3 HI. So 6 volt right, 3 volt left. Anyway, I'll write down on the screen. I think you can see a little bit of tint difference here. If we have a look side by side, I think the 3 volt variant might actually be a little bit better tint. I didn't check in with the Opal meter because I got locked out of the app because I forgot my password and I entered the wrong password 3 times. Bastards. Like, why? I already brought the thing. Why do I have to log in? But side by side, they put out quite a lot of lumens. This is what, over 7,000 lumens peak side by side right now. Pretty good. If that was headlights, that'd be quite enough of light, I think. Cool to see these side by side. They do perform pretty similarly, but I must say the 6 volt does use a lot less battery than the 3 volt. Uses a lot less wattage, but that's to be expected, right? Even though you do lose a bit of that because it's a boost driver, so they're not 100% efficient, but even then it still does a lot less wattage for more lumens. Pretty cool. Both getting hot now, but that's for sure. This is just the 3 volt on. The 3 volt does sustain this output for quite a while, but that's getting really hot right now. Wowza. Alright guys, so we still got the 3 volt variant of the XHP 50.3 HI on here, and I figured we'll compare it to the SFT40. So the SFT40 does perform a little bit worse in some ways and better in other ways. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there we go, that's turbo mode there. So you can see that's the SFT40 there to your right. So the SFT40 is, if I remember correctly, does about 2,400, 2,500 lumens, and it does outthrow this by quite a bit. So as you know, this C8 right now in the 3 volt variant does about 121,750 candela, and this SFT40, I believe I tested it at 196,000 CD. So yeah, lumens wise, the Cree 3 volt is about 1,000 lumens more. So yeah, you can definitely see there's a lot tighter hotspot on the SFT40, and the SFT40 just stepped down while that 3 volt variant keeps on going. The XHP 50 just keeps going. That's more for a driver thing, but I think that the SFT40 C8 is using a one of the older BLF A6 drivers in it. But yeah, actually overall pretty similar. If we just turn off the 3 volt XHP 50, that's the SFT 40 there, and that is a lot of light. We'll cycle it around to, and like that's still a lot of light, but you can see it's nowhere near as much light as what the 3 volt XHP 50.3 puts out. And there we go, look at how much light that is. That's amazing. Obviously not as much throw, but yeah. Alright guys, so overall I think the 3 volt variant is pretty good. I probably wouldn't rate it any better than the 6 volt variant because they probably output about as much light. I think the 6 volt is much more efficient and it's available in more tints. But if you were looking for just something to throw into a C8 or another light and just have it go, and it's a simple light, you don't need a boost driver, nothing fancy, I think it's quite a good LED. It performs quite well, you know. Over 3,500 lumens from a 50 mil from a 50/50 LED is pretty good. As always, I hope you enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.